Well, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Ah, that's great. Gone with the Wind, my favorite movie. And that quote, my friends, is from the hit 2015 So Bad It's Good movie, Dancin' It's On, which Disney Dad's Project reminds me of. And since I can't find a clip of that beautiful dialogue exchange, I thought I'd just imitate it right at the beginning because I'm weird like that. I don't know. That's right. Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here, and after a long and suspense-filled waiting around period, getting these scores out, we're back, and oh boy, we have some big winners here, folks. This is a big round. Of course, this is the Elite Eight Semifinals Project, Part 1 for Season 15 of So You Want to Be an Imagineer. I'm just going to be blunt with you guys. I'm still super tired from my trip. I had a wonderful time. I definitely plan on doing a trip report about it sometime soon. But for now, I don't have the energy to go through and showcase all the projects. Honestly, I really just, I kind of feel like crap still. So for the time being, that's kind of why I took a little longer to get this going. For the time being, I'm going to go ahead and just basically list off my scores. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to list off my scores. Maybe in the future, between now and the time that the next project is due, I will do a project maybe with Jacob, hopefully. Do a podcast, I should say, to really showcase the projects. But for now, really all I want to do is announce my score. So let's get straight to the first match, Pie on My Cake versus Disneyman 1. Pie. Okay, let's get to it. So Pie on My Cake. Pie on My Cake did Danny Spinks, a showcase performer for Hollywood Studios. I love this project. It was very, very much in tune with what I wanted from this prompt. Of course, the prompt being create an entertainment act, a one-man entertainment act at a Disney park or a Disney resort. And that is the Purists side of the prompt. The Innovators side of the prompt is to theme a character around I'm sorry, I'm kind of, again, I should have another person. Theme a character around a resort hotel. So here we go. Pie on My Cake. Let's start with the creativity. I went and gave Pie a straight 10 out of 10 for creativity. For realism, I gave him an 8.5 simply because there's a lot of moving parts with the Chaplin piano. By the way, I noted this in my written review. The Chaplin piano is one of the best parts of this project. So for the written review, like I said, the one thing is that I feel like that piano, it might be a little bit cumbersome. So 8.5, it's still a very good score. Detail, I gave a 9 out of 10 too. And presentation, I gave an 8.5 out of 10 too. So overall, a very, very solid project. Really another just top-notch home run for Pie. 36 out of 40. Question is, I love Disneyman's project just as much, if not more, than Pie's project. Will that pay off, or will Pie suffer an early elimination, a shocking early elimination? Well, let's find out. Let's scroll down here. As you can see, folks, we have an upset here. We have a big upset. So Disneyman won. He did the Minstrel Singer. He did for Fantasyland. And I love this project so much. And honestly, it comes down to just the numerical judging system. So let's go through it. Creativity, 9 out of 10. Minstrel performance had been done before, but this is definitely a big step up in that. It's kind of like a, kind of innovating the concept of minstrel performer. Realism, 10 out of 10. Detail, 10 out of 10. These are the categories that won Disneyman the round, honestly. Realism, you can't get much more realistic than just a guy with a mandolin running around Fantasyland telling stories and doing funny voices. And with detail, Disneyman simply went above and beyond. He presented so much, even presented an additional prompt, an additional story. Presentation is the one area where Disneyland, I felt, just the script format in general could have been a little bit more streamlined. Having said that, as you can see, guys, very, very, very close. 37 versus 36. Pie on my cake, I can tell you right now, he will be definitely getting 5th place. I can tell you right now, there's no one who's being eliminated this round who's not making the final 4 who scored more than Pie on my cake. But for the time being, Pie, I'm very sorry to say you have been eliminated from So You Want to Be an Imagineer Season 15 in 5th place in a shocking kind of downfall turn of events. And I shall say, folks, this is not going to be the last time that there's been a shocking downfall in this Elite 8. So let's move on right ahead. Moving right along. Moving right along. Okie dokie. Sorry, taking a drink of water because I really need it. Okay, let's get to D. Hindley. Yeah, so this is a very much, place to my sensibilities. I love Daft Punk. I love Daft Punk so much, and D. Hindley kind of hit it right out of the nose. And as I said, I love the idea of Bay Lake and sort of the Disney-fied version of resorts around the lagoon. It's almost kind of like I could spend a whole vacation at the Bay Lake resorts alone, and I never even went into the Bay Lake resorts when I was there. And so I love the idea of adding another one, adding something that kind of has the modern stuff of the contemporary while updating it. And so with that in mind, D. Hindley, let's get right into the scores here. Creativity, 8 out of 10. Daft Punk, it's kind of an easy IP to lift with Space Mountain, with Tron and everything. It still works. Realism, 9 out of 10. It's a very, very experience-based hotel, but I feel like with the detail that D. Hindley gives, it's enough to really paint the picture. Detail, 8 out of 10. Yeah, detail definitely worked, and presentation, 8 out of 10. Presentation worked with, you got the reference photos and everything. It didn't really go above and beyond. I would have liked to see maybe a playlist of songs that you could have pulled from, maybe a little bit more concept art. So we'll see how that goes. But overall, D. Hindley got a 33 out of 40. So let's move on to KMB. I'm trying not to reveal the total here. Okay, so KMB, creativity, 7.5 out of 10. Now, KMB, let's see what he did. Of course, KMB. Sorry, I'm taking another drink of water here. So KMB, of course, he did the Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord dance-off, which I was very skeptical about at first. I was very like, really? You're going to do something that's essentially the same thing as Guardians of the Galaxy, the Star-Lord dance-off California Adventure? Having said that, the dance-off takes place in one area. There's no real movement to it. And I love the synergy of what KMB does with the dance-off here, where the technology really puts it above and beyond for me. The technology is really what did it for me. So with that in mind, creativity, I have to give it a 7.5 out of 10 because it is similar to the dance-off, but still. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that this was sharing. Okay. So, but damn it, I'm not doing a good job with this live show, folks. I'm sorry. I'm being kind of sloppy here. I didn't need to scroll down. Okay, so 7.5 out of 10 for creativity. Realism is really what put it above and beyond for 10 out of 10. Presentation, 8 out of 10. Detail, very, very much in there with an 8.5 out of 10. So with the 2.5s in addition to the 10 out of 10, that pulls KMB ahead numerically by 1 point. Unfortunately, eliminating D. Hindley, which, man, again, another upset because D. Hindley, Space Mountain promised me at the start of the game that he would be a force to be reckoned with, and Space wasn't lying. I loved having D. Hindley in the game. So with that in mind, I'm not entirely sure where D. Hindley brings. I'm pretty sure there's a tie that we're going to have to figure out here. But with that in mind, D. Hindley, sorry to see you go, but you have in fact been eliminated from So You Want to Be an Imagineer. versus Disney Dad. So Ace has been one of the most determined people of the season. Let's see how he fares. Of course, with Ace Astro. Sorry, I keep switching tabs. So Ace Astro did the Muppets project, the Rolf project, and I really enjoyed this one. I thought that it was a great character-based project, and it shows a lot of potential in terms of, kind of being the jumping off point for a bigger and better Muppets backlot for the Hollywood Studios park. So with that in mind, let's get around to the scores for Ace Astro. So for creativity, I gave him an 8 out of 10, because it is an IP and it is a character, but still it works really well. For realism, 10 out of 10. Presentation and detail, both 8 out of 10s for me. Moving on to Disney Dad. Okay, creativity, 9 out of 10. Realism for Disney Dad is 10 out of 10, because I felt Disney Dad did the entertainment-based one, the one that was a very classy, elegant, upscale hotel that's very much based on the idea of performers inhabiting it, living in the space. And for Disney Dad, creativity and realism really kind of put him up there at the edge. Presentation was 8 out of 10. Detail was 8 out of 10, same as, so Ace and Disney Dad both got 2 8 out of 10s, but like I said, the creativity and the detail kind of working in tandem with each other. I'm sorry, the creativity and the realism working in tandem with each other really set Disney Dad above and beyond. So with that in mind, Ace, I'm very sorry. But let me check your score. Your score is a 34 out of 40. Wait, hold on. 34. Uh-oh. Okay, good. I mean, not good. I'm sorry that Ace is eliminated, but I'm glad that there's not a tie. So Ace, I'm going to have to, you know what, I'm going to say right now at the top, we're going to move into Pixie Princess versus Space Mountain. We're going to, let me kind of share my Keaton and Kel gif right here. Here it goes, because this is the one I don't want to get to, folks. I couldn't give feedback on this, and I couldn't give scores on it either, honestly, because they're so closely tied to each other. They're so similar to each other that it's crazy. And for me, I just kind of had to go with my gut and go with the one that I thought stood out a little bit more. And so with that in mind, of course, these are both Epcot-based projects. I'm sorry, it's funny. Pixies is Animal Kingdom. Space is Epcot. They're both based around sea characters, of course, Society Explorers and Adventurers. With that in mind, I'm going to tell you why I chose who I chose in this round over the other person, and that is personal touch. I feel like this person going to build them up, and they might be able to figure out who they are. I feel like this person came into the game very determined, but an underdog. And through this round, I feel like the David destroyed Goliath Pixie Princess, because of your personal touch, because of your growth, because of your personal journey, and because I feel like your project was a great example of how one grows and achieves in this competition. And because, like I said, it just totally it inhibits your personality, and it really went above and beyond in terms of, while Space was a very good project, it was kind of like, yeah, it's an Epcot hotel. We've seen Epcot hotels before. It was a really good Epcot hotel. But Pixie Princess, I feel, like I said, with the whole travel journal and everything, and coming up with a narrative, that's what does it. That's what does it. So Pixie Princess, I'm going to have to send you into the final four. Yeah. Along with KMB, Disney Man 1, and Ace Astro. Or I'm sorry, and Disney Dad. I'm dumb. Okay, so I'm sorry, folks. As you can tell, I'm not the most prepared tonight. So that leaves us with Pixie Princess versus KMB, Disney Dad versus Disney Man 1. This is the Final Four, folks. This is what it all comes down to get into a coveted Final 2 position. Congratulations on all those who have made it. I am very sorry this podcast is one of the sloppiest that I've done in a while. I really just wanted to get down to the nitty-gritty. And like I said, I feel like crap from after my trip, and I really just need to get a good night's sleep for work tomorrow. I promise you, I'm going to make a promise to you guys that we're going to do a more thorough recap on all the projects, an Elite 8 retrospective leading up to the next, reveal of the Final 2. But with that in mind, big congratulations to all 4 of the Final 4, because I feel like in your own way, you were the underdogs in your matchups, and you really went above and beyond. And this is exactly what I love about this game. That leaves the standings here. We're going to go ahead and say 5th place. My cake. 4th place, or I'm sorry, 6th place. 6th place I'm going to give to Space Mountain. 7th place goes to D. Hindley. 8th place goes to Ace Astro. Thanks so much to you guys for playing. I really can't believe that any of you guys got eliminated, honestly. That to me is still shocking. So, yeah, very, very close round. I'm going to go ahead and reveal the prompt. The prompt on the pure side of things is to create a new Disney water park to compete with Volcano Bay. Basically say, like, excuse me, Universal, we've been doing water-based adventure theme parks better than Volcano Bay for years now, and we can do one better. So, yeah, I mean, by all means, I think that Blizzard Beach, which I went to, looks way better than Volcano Bay, which I drove by, but I digress. For the Purist prompt, it's going to be very simple. Just give Blizzard Beach an expansion. Just make an expansion to Blizzard Beach. Most likely, I'm guessing using Winter Summerland as a footprint, but if you can think of other places to use the expansion pad for, by all means, go for it. So that is it, folks. Thanks so much for joining me. I am going to go ahead and post these scores on the forums, and yeah. So it's been a hell of a season, folks. It's been a hell of a season. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with in the Final Four. Congrats to Pixie Princess, KMB, Disney Man, and Disney Man 1. And I'll see you folks later.